Can you imagine? Verstappen's harsh words could have sparked a civil war in Team Red Bull. Tensions between Max's father and Red Bull's leadership have escalated, threatening his future with the team. It's a clash that could reshape Formula One dynamics. Christian Horner dealing with crises during Formula One race weekends has become common. However, his situation at the Austrian Grand Prix was particularly unusual. It all started as a private dispute between Horner and Jos Verstappen, the father of star driver Max Verstappen, but it has now become public. Jos Verstappen has declared that he is done with the Red Bull team principal. This is yet another clash between Verstappen and Horner since the start of 2024. Verstappen even called for Horner's resignation this season after an investigation into Horner began. There seemed to be a ceasefire, but that now appears to be over. Verstappen made several pointed remarks about Horner to Dutch media earlier this year. For the first time in Austria, Horner's response to these comments took center stage at the FIA press conference. Jos Verstappen was supposed to participate in the Legends Parade in the 2012 title-winning RB8. Still, he told the Dutch newspaper De Telegraaf that he had stopped driving because he heard Horner had blocked him from participating. Within Red Bull, it was clear that Christian Horner did not support Jos Verstappen giving a demo on behalf of the team. Horner and Jos hadn't clashed recently, but their long-standing conflict resurfaced at the Austrian Grand Prix. The tension between the two first became apparent during the so-called Horner affair. An employee accused Horner of inappropriate behavior. Jos was very vocal about this and believed Horner should resign. However, Horner was cleared of any wrongdoing after an internal investigation. Despite this, the trust between Horner and Jos was already broken beyond repair. For weeks after the affair, things seemed quiet. But at the Austrian Grand Prix, Red Bull Racing's home race, the tension between Jos and Horner flared up again. Jos publicly expressed his frustration, saying he had heard from multiple sources that Horner tried to prevent him from driving and from being filmed. Jos felt this was very childish behavior. Jos told the Dutch newspaper De Telegraaf that Horner's actions are very disappointing. He said, "There was going to be filming with a drone, but Horner didn't want me to be filmed. I'm completely finished with Horner. It's like a playground here." Jos mentioned that although he was eventually allowed to drive, he chose to back out because he found Horner's behavior so immature. Reports indicate that the relationship between Horner and Jos Verstappen has not healed following the earlier dramas. An offered handshake from Horner to Jos was allegedly not accepted when they met on Friday morning. This ongoing conflict adds another layer of drama to the 2024 Formula One season, highlighting the internal struggles within the Red Bull team. The renewed tension between Christian Horner and Jos Verstappen might have significant implications for Max Verstappen's future with Red Bull. The re-emergence of this conflict comes just as peace seemed to be restored between the Red Bull team and the Verstappen camp. Months of speculation about Max's future have linked him with a potential move to Mercedes, despite his contract with Red Bull running until 2028. The contract includes get-out clauses, leaving the door open for a possible team switch. Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff has made it clear that Verstappen is his primary target to replace Lewis Hamilton, who is set to depart after the 2025 season. Wolff has not been shy about his desire to lure Verstappen to Mercedes. The three-time F1 world champion seems like an ideal replacement for Hamilton. When internal strife broke out at Red Bull before the season started and questions about Verstappen's future with the team arose, Wolff seized the opportunity to publicly woo the 26-year-old. In response to Wolff's attempts, Horner has clarified that Red Bull intends to keep Verstappen. He took a dig at Jos Verstappen after Wolff advertised that the door was still open for Max. Horner dismissed Wolff's interest as a tactic, emphasizing Verstappen's clarity about his future at Red Bull. When asked in Spain if Verstappen's move to Mercedes was still possible, Wolff replied that no driver decision had been made aside from George Russell. He mentioned that Mercedes wanted to keep their options open. However, Verstappen confirmed at the Red Bull Ring that he would continue to drive for Red Bull next year, making a switch to Mercedes unlikely until at least 2026, when new engine regulations come into force in Formula One. Despite Max Verstappen's clear commitment to Red Bull, Toto Wolff hopes for an early switch to Mercedes for the three-time world champion. Wolff's persistent belief stems from the recent upheaval in the driver market caused by Lewis Hamilton's decision to leave Mercedes. Hamilton's departure has left a significant vacancy at Mercedes, sparking speculation about who will fill that seat. Christian Horner has not shied away from digging at Wolff and Jos Verstappen amid the speculation. He pointed out that Hamilton's exit has disrupted the driver market, despite Hamilton having all the information about the engines and 2026 regulations. Horner suggested that the rumors about Verstappen moving to Mercedes might be a distraction tactic, questioning Wolff's motives behind these speculations. Horner emphasized that Hamilton, who had all the crucial information about future regulations, chose to leave Mercedes, creating a significant vacancy. This move has led to speculation about who will replace Hamilton, but Horner firmly believes it won't be Max Verstappen. The shake-up in the driver market has only intensified the speculation, but Red Bull remains confident in Verstappen's loyalty. When asked why Wolff refused to give up on signing Verstappen, Horner, known for his frosty relationship with the Mercedes chief, responded with a cheeky remark. He suggested that perhaps Wolff could sign Jos Verstappen instead, highlighting the absurdity of Wolff's hopes. Horner reiterated that Max Verstappen has consistently committed to Red Bull, dismissing Wolff's attempts as mere distraction tactics. Horner reaffirmed Verstappen's crucial role within the Red Bull team. He highlighted that all of Verstappen's victories and podiums, along with his 3 world championships, have been achieved with Red Bull. Verstappen enjoys being part of the team and has a strong support system around him. Horner emphasized that Red Bull knows what the future looks like with Verstappen as an integral member of their team. Despite the clear signals from Red Bull and Verstappen himself, Wolff remains adamant about his desire to bring Verstappen to Mercedes. His persistence underscores his determination to strengthen Mercedes' lineup, especially with Hamilton's departure. However, the reality remains that Verstappen is committed to Red Bull for the foreseeable future, making a switch to Mercedes unlikely in the immediate term. Toto Wolff's recent comments to the media suggest he's not convinced Max Verstappen is committed to staying with Red Bull in 2025. Wolff stated, "I don't think he clearly said yes to staying at Red Bull." He emphasized keeping Mercedes' vacant seat open for as long as possible, prioritizing car performance to attract top drivers. Wolff's strategy seems to hint at readiness to accommodate Verstappen should he switch teams. However, with Mercedes' appeal uncertain for Verstappen, especially amid ongoing team developments, Kimi Antonelli emerges as a viable alternative if Wolff's rumored preferences hold true. In response, Christian Horner focuses on Red Bull's performance and Verstappen's growth and success within the team. Despite the distractions from Verstappen's parents, particularly Jos, Horner remains committed to maximizing team performance. Despite the challenges posed by Verstappen's family dynamics, Red Bull's dominance in races and leading positions in both world championships underscore Horner's management priorities. While Horner prioritizes team success over personal relationships, concerns persist about the influence of strained relations with Jos Verstappen on Max's future decisions within Red Bull. The ongoing dynamics between team management and Verstappen's family could potentially shape Verstappen's long-term tenure at Red Bull. Jos Verstappen and Raymond Vermeulen, Max's longtime manager, have historically influenced Max's career decisions, including his initial move to Red Bull Racing. However, the strained relationship between Max's father, Jos, and Red Bull's management could potentially pave the way for Max to consider Mercedes as a future team. Mercedes chairman Kalenius sees an opportunity for Mercedes to regain its leading position in Formula One with the reset of sports rules, especially with the potential impact of their power unit. While Red Bull is gearing up to develop their own power units in collaboration with Ford from 2026 onward, the future remains uncertain with many variables in the sport's new era. Kalenius hinted at the allure of bringing Max Verstappen to Mercedes, emphasizing the importance of pairing the best driver with the best car to succeed. He highlighted the upcoming regulatory changes as a significant opportunity for Mercedes to reshuffle the deck and potentially elevate themselves to the forefront of Formula One once again. The prospect of Max Verstappen joining Mercedes adds an intriguing dimension to the evolving dynamics in Formula One. As teams prepare for the future with new regulations and technological advancements, the competitive landscape could significantly shift, potentially influencing Max's career trajectory and team choices in the seasons to come. So what do you think of the harsh words by Verstappen that triggered a civil war at Red Bull? Comment below and subscribe for more.